neon red light for them. I just finished talking to Weber about this that holds the dunnage in, and he's telling me that the way it's set up is you're supposed to use a little chain and hook it on. He said that doesn't hold, so what he's done to a lot of his, he's taken it and he's welded this angle in here. Also, dunnage still shifts. One of the things too, if this plate was a little bit higher, maybe these pieces would be able to slide underneath it and be able to be held in place. It's maybe something to look at. Right now I'm on the SLWT 025 and at ACB-1. This appears to be one of the worst crafts that I've seen. There's a lot of rust everywhere. I would say that this should be one of the first crafts that we put through SLEP. The engine compartments look in bad shape. The engines look like in bad shape themselves. All the storage cans are the old style. It looks like ACB-1's been doing some work, but the deck is in terrible condition. The only way we would know what the thicknesses are is by actually using the metal thickness gauge. Some of the retrofits have been done, but not all. ACB-1 right now is in the process of doing some kind of retrofit work on it and trying to get this boat in the water. Our recommendation at this time is that this boat really not be put back in the water unless it's absolutely necessary, but be saved for the SLED program. Here's some more pictures of this 025 boat that I would recommend that we put into the SLEP program. As you can see, it's in pretty bad shape. This is the back end of it. I'm trying to take some more pictures of a couple of different areas. Here's what the chute area looks like. As you can see, the center mod is in bad shape. If I really had a choice, I would probably say this would be one even possibly to take out of the service and use it for spare. This is about the condition of most of the zinc alloys that are on this craft. They're pretty worn down. I believe the spec calls that if these things are worn down about 50% or more, they should be replaced. I'll take a couple of other ones. Here's another zinc. Looking from the side, this craft really doesn't look that bad, but the back end and the front are the ones that are in the worst conditions. And you've got some fenders here that need to be corrected, but that's minor. Here's the front part of the craft. You can see there is some damage. Let's see if we can zoom in. I don't know if this could be repaired or if this needs to be replaced. That's the damage. Here's some more left front end on the 25 boat. There's the condition of a lot of the grating on this craft. These all to be taken up and replaced. There's some more grating. See, it's all in pretty bad shape. I'm looking underneath the boat 25 over here, and this is the grating that it has. It's one of the larger size ones, but it doesn't look like what's on the drawing itself. I'll talk to Jerry about it. I'm sure that this is not one of the latest ones. The drawing it shows that these things are bolted on. Here's the B1 bits that I was talking about that boats 24 and 34 have on them. They've taken a B1 bid and made it fit into the chain plates. I'm standing on boat 024, and this is the one on boat 34. I've recommended that these two be taken off in case somebody gets hurt. The command could be held liable on these items. I'm looking onto boat 24, where the chain plate's supposed to be at. They've never put one back on, and they've added this bar on. I believe there might be a safety issue in this thing.
Well, we just came in off of the LCAS lift jacking operation out there, and they had a problem with the fleet mooring chain. This is an 1.25 inch stud link chain, and what happened was, even though it's brand new chain, one of the welds that holds the stud link in had a greater cross section than the diameter of the link. And what happened was, over here where it passes through the jack, it was too wide to drop through this slot. It just happened to be one of those freak things, but I guess if they're going to be using chain, trying a new chain out, that they ought to have a gauge or something that they can slip along here and find that the weld's no greater than the diameter of the link. That would keep it from piling up. They had one of these wheels freewheel, and they dropped about 10 feet of chain. So they had to take it down to equalize the chains. That's probably an operation thing more than it is an engineering problem.
Over here we're at SLWT 87028. We're at the J lot, and we're looking at one of the boats out here. I believe this is one of the Army boats. One of the things I did notice that is a little bit different, they've had one of these bits over here, and they've also another one further back up. Towards the back on the port power module. Here I'm looking at the back end of the SLWT that we're looking at, 28. Here we have the same bit on this side. One on the other side. They've changed all their bits to these larger size ones. I talked to the crew, and they're not sure who or where they put on. This is the reason you see the crowd. Right now we're on the elevated Causeways. We're still on the water. Just noticed that the CSP over here, and it has a stern unit adapter on it. And it's on the C1. If I get a chance, I'll go on and take a look and see what the number on it is. Right now we're just kind of watching them get some piles up. And we just kind of notice that we are working a little bit close with that plane. So there's something that has been elevated. Things that appears to cause a lot of damage is this launch angle. There's two different sections start going up and down. That launch angle starts acting almost like a knife. Another thing that these guys actually have is more points for tie down points, because what they're using is a pH stands right now. Here's one of the things that ACB-2 has done on this boat C1. I'll get the number on it right now. We put the bell on the front. And then made up their own bracket. They don't even use the one that was designed. This is boat 148. Here's the numbers on this boat. There's some additional modifications that are on it, and then I'll try to put them on film. Something else on this boat that we were looking at, and that is a tablet they welded on the deck to center the hatches. There's one here. Let's see if I can swing over and get the other one. I got some wood on here, but there's one on this side and one on the other side. This is the unit that also has a stern, the rear unit adapter on it. I'm looking at the 102 right now. It has some damage in the rough tree up in the front part. I'll take a picture of it right now. Here's that 102 boat that has some damage on it. The way that we should be shooting it in the rough tree. The way we solve the problem is by putting an angle iron right on this front edge. Right on this front edge. And we take the back off the back part of the damage to the shaft. Later on I'll be looking at some of the boats that have that and be submitting it on the tape. Also, here's another problem. Here's another launch angle that's been damaged. And I talked to Commander Vidal, and he does not like these launch angles on these CSPs and SLWT. He would really like to take them off because they do cause quite a bit of damage. The causeway sections that I have seen over here and the powered causeways, all that have launch angles, have all caused damage to the boats that are next to them. I would also recommend that some of these boats that have the launch angle removed or some kind of fendering system be made available to keep the boats separate. There's a couple of boats that are here that have the fenders totally ripped off because of the launch angle. Hey Dan, this is one of the PH-10s that broke in half when they were pulling out the craft to do the repair work that you saw a little bit earlier. They just basically hooked the bridle to the PH-10s and pulled it out. And that's the result. You can see the bracket, everything is torn up. Here's the one on the other side. It also is bent up. Dan, I'm still at the on the 102 boat, and you can see some of the damage on the angle iron here, or the launch angle, I should say, also. It's only in the back end on the port side. And it goes the whole length of the can, right up to about over here, right up to about where the forward scuttle's at. While moving one of the jack systems onto the causeway, the forklift hit a soft spot, and this is the result.